Somebody asked me where's the best place to buy comic books. Well, let's find out today. Alright guys, today we're actually going on vacation, and we're going to go to Florida, a new spot. We're going to hit a couple antique shops, a couple comic book shops, and maybe try to find some yard sales, because we're going to be there around Saturday, Sunday. So we're going to see if we can find any of them yard sales, and we're going to see what the best place to buy comic books are. And we're going to try to shoot for good prices and high quality books, and maybe some keys too. So here we go. This is the first time I've ever seen this at an antique shop. All right, guys, today we're actually going to Florida, and we're gonna go with the kids. We're going on a little vacation, and we're gonna hit some comic shops and maybe some antique shops along the way. And if you're new to the channel, I usually go to different comic book shops all around the world. I'm actually from Myrtle Beach. What is that sound? It might be an airplane. Anyways, I go all around checking different comic book shops, antique shops, trying to find some good deals. And I just love to hunt, and I like to take y'all on the journey with me, and that's what we're doing today. So make sure you hit that like button. Here we go. All right, guys, we made it to Georgia so far. The girls are in the Goodwill, and I'm chilling in the car looking for some comic book shops. So we'll be going to one in a few minutes. Stay tuned. All right, guys, we made it to Florida, and we're at Waldo's Antiques. And we're gonna see if we can find some comic books. Big old place. There's actually a flea market too, but they're closed. So, all right, see if we can find some comic books. You got cards. All right, guys, I like going to antique shops because you never know what you're gonna find in here. A lot of old stuff, a lot of toys, and I love hunting for not just comic books, but any kind of old items or stuff that brings back memories from my childhood. So I always just like checking these places out. They are really fun to go to, and it's good for the kids and the wife. So I recommend, if you're in the area, if you drive by and you see one, you might as well swing by and check it out. You find some comic book shops, and the kids will love it too. So pretty good. Walking Dead. Yeah, we found some comic books right here in this little case. I think around $5 to $10. Some of these vendors, there's different vendors for every item that's there, depending on what booth you're at. But so don't worry about if somebody's high on one item. Maybe if you find that same item at another booth, it might not be as high. We do find some comic books here for like a couple dollars, and I actually found a couple goodies. That is cool. And we'll show you that at the end, and let you decide which one's the best place to buy comic books at. So here's the first one, antique shops, and like I said, we're going to dig through and find some good stuff. All right, guys, look how cool this looks right here. It's really cool, but they don't have nothing for sale. I've never seen a booth that had nothing for sale, but it is really cool to look at. If you like the Hulk, there's a lot of good stuff in here. Just cool stuff, like I said, to look at, but nothing to purchase. So, but nice little display case. A lot of cool vintage toys, newer, older, but pretty cool. All right, guys. That's the first time I've ever seen somebody pay for a booth and not have none of the items for sale. That's weird, but on to the next one. All right, guys, we made it to Anna Marie Island. There's my wife talking junk.
Where's the manatees?
We're looking for some manatees and say, hey, babe.
No, do not record me today. I ain't got every bit of makeup on.
Girl, you don't need no makeup, as pretty as you are. All right, guys, like I said, we finally made it. Waiting for this drawbridge to open up. It's a pretty day.
Not drawbridge.
No, drawbridge. There's jaws right there. Oh, look. All right, guys, here is our little area going on, Anna Marie Island. Waking up for breakfast this morning. They got a hot tub, and we're going to get some donuts. They got this cool donut place. We're gonna check that place out, and I'll let you know. And we're supposed to go to a cool little comic shop, so we'll see how that is too. Stay tuned. All right, guys, Bat City Comics, here we come. All right, guys, Bat City Comics. This is a really cool shop. A lot of good stuff, a lot of variety of different books, different issues, different titles. So if you're in the area, definitely check this place out. There is some music that might get me copyrighted, so I'm gonna talk a little bit. I might throw some music in here, but I'm just kind of digging, looking for X-Men. Has a little wall book right here. There is another little wall book or wall book or comic wall, I should say, wall book. Comic wall on the other side. That's a facsimile, but we'll kind of dig through, just looking for some slabs for $40-$50. Not too bad. This place is actually like 15 minutes from CGC, and the guy said they actually had a couple big books up there they had just pressed, and he was gonna send them to CGC, but somebody came right in and scooped them up and purchased them from them. So I think that's pretty cool that they're that close to CGC, right there in Florida. So I thought that was pretty neat. But really, the owner, I talked to him for a couple minutes. Really cool guy and some good deals. I was just looking for a couple different books that he didn't have. But like I said, if you're in the area, definitely check this place out. He actually has some good keys and a really big book. Was actually priced pretty good. He has some kind of cheaper stuff right here, but I'm gonna show you the wall, and then I'm gonna show you the big book I was talking about. I like that mega red cover. That was really cool. And yeah, so sit back, relax, and I'll let you be the judge. This is a comic book shop. I went to a couple more, but this is the only one I kind of had time to record. But this is a really cool one to check out. Oh, yeah. All right, guys, there's a book right there, Avengers #1. Really good book. I think he won around $2,000 for it, and then he had the first Black Panther. A lot of good books in here, good graded stuff, and decent grades. And the prices was actually pretty good. Close to eBay, or actually some of them was even better than eBay. And so, yeah, pretty good.
Collector on comics?
Oh, yeah. That's what I do. All right, guys, a yard sale right here. I actually seen some posters, and I asked the guy, does he have comic books? And they said, yeah. So they brought them out. I was checking them out. And they said that somebody that had these comic books used to go to comic conventions and stuff, so don't mind the prices. And I think they went to the Go Collect app, and they kind of was seeing what they were going for, and then we kind of made a deal. I did snag 2 of them, and I did pretty good. So I'll let y'all see them at the end. And all right, yeah. Guys, we're at the Red Barn in Anna Marie Island. It's like a flea market. We just left a yard sale, and I asked the guy, do they have comic books? And he said, actually, we do. So that's why you asked right there. I keep telling you, if you've ever watched this channel, I always ask if they have comic books. All right, guys, there's a little comic vendor right here at a flea market. and they have some pretty good stuff. I mean, but some of the prices are a little bit steep. But you know, I know that they have to pay for a booth and stuff, so it is what it is. But that's just what happens. And so I dig a little bit, and I know this wasn't on the list, but flea markets actually, depending on which ones you go to, all this is totally random and depends where you go at for any of this stuff. So it might be different depending on where you go at or what day it is or how lucky you are. But this is just me just doing a random, not knowing where I'm going, on vacation, kind of stopping and seeing what the better deal is or the better place to hunt comic books. And the only way to make it fair is just record just everything, and I'll let y'all see what I found and what I missed. And yeah, so here's a flea market, and we'll kind of dig and we'll see what we find. All right, guys, we just got back, and I'm gonna show you some books we got, and I'll let y'all be the judge of where the best place to buy comic books at, and I'll tell you what I think at the end. First, we're gonna start at yard sales. Actually, no. First, we're gonna start at antique shops. So I actually have a little antique shop, and it all depends on where you go at. Obviously, any comic book shop, anything. So I've never been to none of these places. Just kind of me randomly going, and people's going on vacation now, so if you're out and about and you only have one place to go and you want to go hunt comic books, I mean, where do you go? Do you go to an antique shop? Do you go to a comic book shop? Obviously, comic book shops are good, but sometimes they're overpriced, or depending on, not all of them. There's a lot of good comic book shops, and I try to support all the comic book shops, but I'm looking for a good deal, and I'm looking to find some keys or some good stuff. So I'm gonna tell you what I found at the antique shop. We got First Angela. I got this one for $7, which I don't think is bad. It's actually really high grade. First appearance of Angela, Spawn number 9. White cover. It's actually hard to keep them clean. Then we got New Mutants number 100, a little key. And it's a newsstand. Good little book. A couple dollars. We actually found Power Rangers. Another $1 book. It's worth digging. You might can find a little treasure. And y'all obviously see me at the antique shops, and you actually see me at a couple comic book shops. So y'all seen what I was kind of looking for. We got Thor number, what number is this? 267. $1 book. Y'all know I love Thor. If you don't, but he's my favorite character. We got Ghost Rider number 1. $10. I mean, that's not a bad deal at all for $10. A lot of antique shops have like little comic vendors that kind of know about comic books, and they give you good deals. That's what I do. And we got Red Wolf, $5 book. Paid $1 for it, so not too bad. All right, so that's it right there, y'all. I think the total I spent around $20 for some decent little books. Actually, it might have been like 25, but not too bad. The girls had a lot of fun, and I had a good time too. And yeah. All right, here's the comic book shops. Now, they had some of these comic book shops you go to, the prices are they're still COVID-19 high, and they haven't came down a little bit, but sometimes that happens. We got ASM number 202, early appearance of Punisher. Cool little cover, $5. That's a good deal. Then we got, this is the origin of Wolverine. What number is this? Number 72. I got this for $5. It's about a $20 book. It is a lower grade. And then we got Amazing Spider-Man number 136. This cover is ripped right here. I got this because it was $10 and it gave me half off on it because I bought a couple books. This is this one, Harry Osborn becomes Green Goblin. I believe it's, yeah. Anyways, the cover is messed up. I'm actually going to give this book away in a future video, so stay tuned for that. Make sure you leave a like on this video and make sure you subscribe if you're interested. But yeah, good little chunk missing. And then we got Green Lantern. I'm giving my buddy's been looking for some Green Lantern stuff. And my other buddy Larry Green, he's looking for some stuff. There's another guy that likes Green Lantern, so there you go. All right, so that's what I got at the comic book shop, and it's hard to pay like kind of over eBay prices because a lot of people use Go Collect, and there's different comic book apps you can use, but eBay is like my go-to. Like if I go to eBay, look at the books, and I go to sold. That's how you kind of can stay on track of what the book's actually selling for. I know a lot of them comic book apps are based off eBay because that's where they're getting their information from. So a lot of people don't know that, but that is what they do. This whole little test I've done of best places to buy comic book shops, if you can get it from an individual that don't actually have to pay for like a booth space or a comic shop, obviously they're gonna be a little bit higher. So you got to put that. You got to keep that in consideration that they do have to pay a little bit more for their space. So it is what it is. But if you can find a person that has comic book shop or comics, if you can find a person that has comics, especially at a yard sale or something. So I actually snagged 2 really good ones. And I grabbed some posters too. So yard sale, y'all seen this first Dazzler? I paid $40. I talked a little bit at a flea market. Now flea market, sometimes you can find some good stuff. I went to a flea market and there was a guy that had a comic shop there. His books was super priced. I think there was a Spawn #1. He had like for $60, which like I know they have to pay for booth space. So it is what it is. Just it's hard to pay that much for a book where you can go on eBay and pay $15, and it wasn't high grade. So it is what it is. Then we actually found Wolverine #1 for $40. So I spent $80 on both of these books right here. Any Wolverine, you better scoop it up while you can. And then we got First Dazzler, which is an awesome deal. There's some other books the lady had, but some of the prices were a little steep. But them are the 2 I grabbed. All right, so actually while I was there, I don't know if you've seen it on video, but they had posters and stuff too. And there's actually let me see if I can find the right one. I found some really cool posters. We got a Conan poster. That's not the one I wanted to show you. All right, let me see. Right here. All right, this poster right here, guys. Yard sale, 50 cents. I paid for 50 cents a piece. This is a Digimon poster from 2000. And this one actually, one sold for around $70, and there's another one listed on eBay for $129. So I got this for 50 cents. That's why I like going to yard sales. And I actually asked the lady, I seen these, and I said, do you have any comic books? They said, actually I do. And that's why you always ask, and that's why when you are hunting for comic books, if you see a little yard sale sign or a garage sale, bust a right or a left and swing and see if they have. If you see any indication of like Marvel stuff or any kind of indication that there might be a chance they have comic books, ask. Even if they don't, I just randomly ask, and somebody that's walking around say, yeah, actually my brother has comic books, or my sister, here's a number. And you never know where that may lead you. So yeah, I actually found a lot of cool posters and stuff too. So if you can go to a comic book shop, I will go to a comic book shop. All these places are good to hunt for comic books. If you had one place to go to, I think, like I said, I had some time to go to different places. I would obviously go to a comic book shop. So really good. It's got to be careful, and usually if they have comic book shops, they're good people, and sometimes they are. Sometimes everybody's different. Every person's different. But anyways, yard sale. If you can find a yard sale, just go. They might not have comic books. They might. So you never know on that one. Antique shops. I think all 3 of these are really good options to do. But I would say #1 would have to be a comic book shop. It's going to be #1. #2, antique shops. Because 1, you can get some good stuff for pretty cheap. But sometimes there's a lot of, I ain't gonna say junk, but there's a lot of like lower quality books and kind of cheaper stuff that's good reader copies, or some stuff people don't like certain titles and issues, and there's a lot of that stuff in there too. But it's just like a comic book shop. I guess it's up to you. If you have time, I will go to a comic book shop because more than likely they have wall books. I've actually been to a couple of them, all that has new stuff. I'm looking for the older stuff, some good stuff. All right, guys, if you're enjoying the content, make sure to like, comment, subscribe. If this video helped you out any, let me know in the comments below, and we'll see you on the next one. Peace.